Hey guys, it's me, Cali. Today I'm going to give you an updated tour of my magical library. So if you're interested, stick around and I'll show you what's on the shelves. Well, hello there. Okay, let's get started. I say this is an updated tour because I did do one of these last year prior to my KonMari house purge. I'll put all the links below. I honestly don't think I let much go out of this library, if anything. So I'm just going to pull each book out and show you, and we'll go shelf by shelf. The first one that I have is by Raybeth, and this is Lamp of the Goddess. And let me know if you've read any of these or what your favorite ones are, or if you have any recommendations. Diary of a Witch by Sybil Leek. Book of Shadows by Phyllis Curott. High Priestess, The Life and Times of Patricia Crowther. Secrets of a Witch's Coven by Morwin. Witchcraft for Three or More, Covencraft by Amber Kay. The Witch's Craft by Raven Grimassi, The Roots of Witchcraft and Magical Transformation. Solitary Witch by Silver Ravenwolf. This will give me a good excuse to put everything in order. I'll take it all out and clean the shelves. This is one of the very first books that I ever read on witchcraft. Laurie Cabot, or Cabot. She lives in Salem. And I want to say I first read this around 1989, 1990. And this definitely helped start me down a path that I never had a name for before. The Hedge Witch's Way by Raybeth. The Wiccan Way, Magical Spirituality for the Solitary Pagan by Raybeth. The Wiccan Path, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner by Raybeth. Ariadne's Thread, A Workbook of Goddess Magic by Shakina Mountainwater. They're presenting themselves. Aradia by Leland. Required reading. True Magic, A Beginner's Guide by Amber Kay. Modern Rites of Passage, Witchcraft Today, Book 2. And the Modern Craft Movement, Witchcraft Today, Book 1 by Charles Clifton. The Golden Bow by Fraser. Classic. The Man Who Started It All, Gerald Gardner. Wicca, Living Wicca, The Complete Book of Incense, Oils, and Brews by Scott Cunningham. Oh, this is a 3-in-1. Witchcraft for Tomorrow by Doreen Valiente. The Witch's Bible, The Complete Witch's Handbook by Janet and Stuart Farrar. Again, required reading as far as I'm concerned. The Wicca Handbook by Eileen Holland. Silver Ravenwolf, A Witch's Notebook, Lessons in Witchcraft. The Grimoire of Lady Sheba by Lady Sheba. More required reading, Drawing Down the Moon by Margot Adler. This is all required reading, but you know what I mean? Some resonate more than others. You know, if you've seen my other bookshelf tours, that I'm a fan of the Idiot Guide, so this is the Idiot's Guide to Wicca and Witchcraft. More required reading, The Spiral Dance by Starhawk. And I have another copy, this one. And somehow I want both. Witchcraft, A Mystery Tradition by Raven Grimassi. Another one of the founders, Raymond Buckland, Wicca for Life. Scott Cunningham's Book of Shadows. Okay, these next three are all Silver Ravenwolf. And we have To Ride a Silver Broomstick, To Stir a Magic Cauldron, and To Light a Sacred Flame. Grimoire for the Green Witch by Anne Mora. I love this book. I highly recommend it. Advanced Witchcraft by Edane McCoy. And Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft. And this was one of the very first books that I've had, and was definitely instrumental in helping me really start to learn about the craft. So this is well loved. What do we got? 8 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. I'll do the second shelf, and then I'm going to rearrange everything, and we'll come back. All right, these next ones, I'm just going to pull out. I'll show you briefly. These are all Llewellyn Magical Almanacs, going back from, I have 1997 through 2016. So just quickly, I think I have, well, we'll see what years I have. So I have the current one too, and then 2015, 14, here's the companion for 2013. The artwork in these and the lore is incredible. And I do go back and reference them from time to time. 2011, 2010. And then I don't know what happened to 2009 and 2008, but I have 2007, 2006. I'm sitting on my bed and I have a sea of books around me now. Here is 2005, as well as the 2005 Spell a Day Almanac. And then 2000, 1999, and 1997 appears to be the first one that I got. So like I said, I started formally studying or became aware in around 1989 for me. Okay, on to Linda Goodman's Sun Signs. These are fun. Some astrology. And then I have Linda Goodman's Love Signs. And this is Raymond Buckland's Signs, Symbols, and Omens. These are all different sigils and all kinds of different signs and things. Witches' Runes, How to Make and Use Your Own Magic Stones, Susan Shepard. When I was a student at Sacred Mists, shout out to Sacred Mists Online Wiccan College, I took a course and I did make a set of these witch stones, and I had a lot of fun, so I recommend this. And then here's just a little pamphlet, a rune reader, the ancient runes and how to use them. And we have some tarot. So I have the Rider-Waite Pictorial Key to the Tarot. Eden Gray, A Complete Guide to Tarot. The Tarot Unveiled. Rachel Pollack. Your Guide to the Tarot, Janet Barris. The Instant Tarot Reader by Monty Farber and Amy Zerner. And I have a tarot deck that goes along with this book. I actually have a bookshelf over in the corner that has all my tarot decks. And when I do a house tour, I'll show you that stuff. This is Old and Well Loved, the Tarot Workbook by Emily Peach. And the covers are missing, and I've had this for years and years. Tarot for Dummies. And let's not forget the Idiots, Complete Idiot's Guide to the Tarot. And then the Complete Idiot's Guide to Palmistry. The Pocket Guide to Celtic Spirituality. Scottish Witchcraft, The History and Magic of the Picts. And I am Scottish. Scottish and German. Exploring Celtic Druidism, Ancient Magic and Rituals for Personal Empowerment by Serona Knight. The 21 Lessons of Merlin by Douglas Munro. Cottage Witchery by Ellen Dugan. The Magical Household by Scott Cunningham and David Harrington. A Charmed Life, Celebrating Wicca Every Day by Patricia Telesco. 365 Goddess. This is like a daily goddess reference. Trying to find today. I don't know the date. Today's 24th. Crane Witch. Tamra. Yeah, interesting. So just daily goddesses and all about them. Speaking of goddesses, The Witch's Goddess by Janet and Stuart Farrar. And you can't have a goddess without a god. You need a mother and a father, as far as I'm concerned. So these, again, required reading. In Praise of the Crone, A Celebration of Feminine Maturity. Mother, Maiden, and Crone by D.J. Conway. God and Goddess, Exploring and Celebrating Two Sides of Wiccan Deity by A.J. Drew and Patricia Telesco. And The Goddess Guide, Exploring the Attributes and Correspondences of the Divine Feminine by Brandy Offset. Okay? Give me just a minute to clear this stuff off, put those back, and we'll be back with the bottom shelves. Okay, I flipped things around so we could actually take advantage of the daylight. What a concept. There's 2 more shelves to go, and I'm just going to start pulling things out. Sword in the Stone by T.H. White. Magical Story of King Arthur. I'm a big fan. Speaking of T.H. White, the once and future king. And Marion Zimmer Bradley, The Mists of Avalon. Love this book. Read it a few times. Loved the movie. They did a good job with the movie on that, I think. And then it's kind of like part 2 or part 3, Lady of Avalon. Okay. Here is a book on Aleister Crowley called Do What Thou Wilt by Lawrence Sutin. Pretty good book. Some more Starhawk, The Fifth Sacred Thing. I would love to meet her. Lynn Andrews, Medicine Woman. Gerald Gardner, A Goddess Arrives. Classic. This is his first published fictional work. Yeah. The Sea Priestess by Diane Fortune. Bronwyn Forbes, The Small Town Pagan's Survival Guide, How to Thrive in Any Community. Very cute book, and very informative too. The Learned Art of Witches and Wizards, History and Traditions of White Magic. Wiccan Beliefs and Practices by Gary Cantrell. The Complete Book of Magic and Witchcraft by Leonard R.N. Ashley. Exploring the Pagan Path, Wisdom from the Elders. And this is a bunch of different people: Starhawk, Raven Grimassi, Amber Kay. Just their writings on a bunch of different subjects. They were interviewed. This is really good. There are many, many ways to forge your path. Keepers of the Flame. It's kind of the same thing. Interviews with elders of traditional witchcraft in America. Very interesting. I've reread these books at various times. This is really cool too. A Witch's Book of Answers. More than 700 answers to often asked and out of the ordinary questions. And no, we don't worship Satan or eat babies. Witchcraft from the Inside by Raymond Buckland. More essential reading, Women Who Run with the Wolves. Excellent. 2 books by someone who I consider a dear friend. Speaking of sacred myths, I met Rachel Patterson, or Tansy, through Sacred Myths, and we are still friends to this day. And she is now a published author, and I think she has something like 12 books out now. She's amazing. Check her out. She's on Amazon. So this is Kitchen Witchcraft, Crafts of a Kitchen Witch, and Moon Magic, which is excellent. They're both excellent. Love you, sister. Crone's Book of Words by Valerie Worth. Some more Laurie Cabot, Love Magic. Some more Love Potions. And this is just a wonderful, very sweetly illustrated book. The Language of Flowers. And just all little... same things happen, you know, I get my books in my hands, I get happy. The Earth, the Air, the Fire, the Water, Return, Return, Return. Scott Cunningham. Candle Magic by Philip Cooper. It's a cool cover. The Wiccan Book of Rites and Rituals by Sister Moon. The Healing Craft, Healing Practices for Witches and Pagans. I really enjoyed this book too. Okay. The Magical Formulary Spellbook, Herman Slater. And another one. This is book 2. Book 1 and book 2. From The Magical Child in New York City. And The Enchanted Formulary by Lady Rhea. This is another beautiful book. Titania's Magical Companion. And it's just gorgeous. Yeah. It's like, I should keep these out. Another formulary, Wiccan Formulary and Herbal by A.J. Drew. Moon Magic by D.J. Conway. And then these two, which I really enjoy these books. Celebrating the Seasons of Life, Samhain to Ostara, and Celebrating the Seasons of Life, Beltane to Mabon. Highly recommend these. Ashleen Ogaya. The Pagan Book of Days by Nigel Pennick, Guide to Festivals, Traditions, and Sacred Days of the Year. A Book of Pagan Rituals. And this is old. Little Mouse Chewed. Yeah, Herman Slater. This was published in 1974. Real deal. The Sabbats by Elaine McCoy. Ancient Ways by Pauline Campanelli and illustrated by her husband Dan. And The Wheel of the Year, Living the Magical Life, also by Pauline Campanelli and her husband Dan. Okay, my pile grows ever bigger, but we're actually getting down there. Okay, I'm just gonna... These two books I love. These are by Oberon Zell Ravenheart. And this is Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard. Love this book. I can't wait till my grandson is a little bit older. And the companion for the Apprentice Wizard. And this is for all ages, but this was originally designed for younger kids, like maybe 8 or 9-ish. But it's full of everything. It's magical. It's like Hogwarts in a book. Highly recommend those. Okay. Then I have some personal... Well, maybe I'll show you. I will. I'll show you everything on the shelf. Why not? Here's some more Little Giant Encyclopedia of Runes, which I'll try to put up on the other shelf. And 1001 Dreams, an illustrated guide to dreams and their meanings. A little fat, chunky book. It's funny because I used to have this book years ago and lost it along the way. And then a dear friend of mine re-gifted me with this, not knowing that. So it was meant to be mine. Okay. Here's a book I love. Judica Illes, The Encyclopedia of Spirits. All of her books are wonderful, richly illustrated, full of everything. I'm like richly illustrated and there's no pictures. Yeah, just they contain so much information. This one is not so richly illustrated. This one is also by Judica. This is the Element Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, the complete A to Z for the entire magical world. I love this book. And highly recommend it. Yeah, I guess hers aren't so richly illustrated because they're just chock full of knowledge and lore. But yeah, highly recommend this. It says, clues that you might be a witch. You're fascinated by the magical arts, the occult sciences, and or hidden powers of Earth. You perceive Earth as sacred, filled with mystery, worthy of awe. You feel an affinity with wild weather, wild creatures, and Earth's wild places. You perceive power, positive strength, and... Oh, she doesn't... I can't finish it. It's not... Look. Sorry, guys. You know if you're a witch or not. Highly recommend this. Okay. Speaking of witches, and that's what we've been doing, this is by Raymond Buckland, The Witch Book, the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, Wicca, and Neo-Paganism. Excellent, excellent book. A to Z. And here's another one. This one is by Raven Grimassi, the Encyclopedia of Wicca and Witchcraft. And also by Rosemary Ellen Guiley, the Encyclopedia of Witches and Witchcraft. Never have enough knowledge, guys. Never have too much knowledge. Okay. And then balance that out. Balance your book reading with hands-on practical application. Get outside. Mysteries of Witchcraft and the Occult. Witchcraft, A Secret History by Michael Streeter. And these are richly illustrated also. These actually are. kinds of interesting stuff. Speaking of grandkids, again, I'm waiting a little bit. This book, I'm such a kid at heart. This is the Book of Wizardcraft, in which the apprentice finds spells, potions, fantastic tales, and 50 enchanting things to make. And it's just fun. Yeah, so Grandma wants to play. Totally recommend this. And then more play, Spellcrafts, Creating Magical Objects by Scott Cunningham and David Harrington. Can never have enough idiot guides to Wickacraft. And Witchcrafts, 101 Projects for Creative Pagans by Willow Polson. Okay. You know I love me some crafties. And what I was talking about before as far as personal books go, in addition to the magical almanacs that I have, I keep, and I've shared this with you, and I have a bunch of these, the Witches' Date Books, the Llewellyn Witches' Date Books. And I use them as personal journals. And this, you know, I write in them, and someday maybe my great-grandchildren will care to look at these and see what Grandma was up to. So these have kind of become personal journals. And then I just have some Witches' Almanacs. Witches All, which is a treasury of past editions of the Witches' Almanac. And then these are the almanacs I'm talking about. These are the witchesalmanac.com. These are not Llewellyn. These are older editions. And then this looks like my earliest one, 1998. Yeah, again, little pamphlets full of lore. And then I have a few grimoires, which I will not show you the contents of, but I'll show you the outside of. So basically, magical journals, if you will. Here's one that I have not written in that my daughter gave to me. Isn't that beautiful? This is all raised. And on the back, it's gorgeous, like polymer clay. Love that. And I have another journal that I have not written in. And this is actually my working book of shadows. So I like this because it's small enough to read, and it's not so bulky to deal with. And then I just have some little journals that were gifted to me and Happy Mail and made for me by some beautiful people. So I keep those there too. And that is it for my Magickal Bookshelf Tour. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Put your recommendations below. I'm always looking for new things to read. And I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you very soon. Take care, you guys. Peace and love. Blessed be.